This week, Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, turns to retrograde motion at 4 degrees of Virgo. And Mercury will connect with Venus, ruler of love and relationships, also in the same sign of the Virgin. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new energy forecast for the week of Monday, August 5th through Sunday, August 11th, 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, here to do your intuitive energy forecast for the week. For this week, we're going to be using the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. That's going to be the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. Before we get into looking at what those stones of choice are or talking about the astrology for the week, let's go ahead, close our eyes, relax our bodies, clear our minds, and get ready for an empowered moment. So as you take that deep breath, that first deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine that you're relaxing every muscle, every tendon, and every cell in your body. Visualizing golden white light all around you, the golden white light of God's source energy, universe, great spirit, all that is. And let's take in a deep inhale, inhaling in that golden white light of unconditional love, protection, guidance, and healing into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, you're letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs in this moment. And silently in your mind, calling in your angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the highest vibration of light. We call in the healers of the light. And we call in the goddesses and priestesses of the highest vibration of light. For Mercury is in Virgo, ruler of the mental realm. Venus is in Virgo, the ruler of love and relationships. And Virgo is a sign that's known as the Virgin, but we can also name Virgo as the sign of the priestess. This is divine feminine energy. So breathe in that essence of the divine feminine priestess energy into every cell of your body. Breathing in that nurturing, guiding, healing, unconditional love energy of the divine feminine priestess. Taking in a second breath and breathing in the power, the confidence, the courage of the priestess. Virgo is known as ruler of the mental realm, the ruler of logic and analysis. In this way, there's no connection to the heart center or the emotions. It's all mental. It's all thought. It's all perception and perspective with Virgo. It's about solutions, logical solutions with Virgo. And as Mercury turns retrograde and Venus has just entered into this sign of the zodiac, we can now take care of the details of life. We can look at the small situations and circumstances that surround us. We can come up with guiding solutions from analysis. But let's not forget that the sun is currently in the sign of Leo the Lion, and Leo the Lion is about the heart center. Leo, the lion energy, is confidence and courage, self-expression, creativity, love and generosity. So because of this, we can merge the heart with the mind this week. We can merge our feelings and emotions with logic and analysis. We can merge our left and our right brain to come up with the best solutions, be open to receiving the best guidance, to hear the guidance, the messages from Spirit. What not only makes sense, but what feels right in our heart. And let's breathe in that intention into every cell of our bodies, breathing in the merging of the heart and the mind energy this week. And as you exhale and in your own time, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. And let's go ahead and take a look at our stones of choice for this week. Okay, the first stone of choice, isn't that gorgeous? If I say it right, it's Ocos Geode. It's actually OCOS, and then Geode is a separate word. And the Ocos Geode opens up and balances both the root chakra and the sacral chakras. So this helps to promote a sense of stability and grounding, a sense of security, but also embodying our emotions in a grounded way. The Ocos Geode helps to harmonize the yin-yang energy. The yin is the feminine, the yang is the masculine. So that's kind of what we were talking about in our meditation. It helps to harmonize and balance the yin-yang energy. All right, stone number 2. This is blue chalcedony. Isn't that a pretty, kind of a turquoisey colored blue? And the blue chalcedony helps to boost listening and communication skills, right? You'd say it relates to that throat chakra, right? Because of that color. So it helps to boost listening and communication skills, enhances self-perception, improves our memory. It helps to bring the mind, body, emotions, and spirit into harmony. And then stone number 3 is picture jasper. Picture jasper. This is what it looks like on the other side. And the picture jasper helps to dissolve anxieties. It soothes stress and alleviates fears. It helps with grounding and harmonizing as well. So it's a grounding, harmonizing stone, and it's known as the supreme nurturer. So again, our stones of choice are the Ocos Geode. This is what it looks like on the other side. The second stone of choice is the blue chalcedony. Turn that over as well. And then our third stone of choice is the picture jasper. Okay, let you think about which stone of choice you'd like for that message later. Let's talk about the astrology for the week. We start out on Monday, the 5th of August, with Mercury turning retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo. Now, I might have talked about this on Sunday, the 4th, from last week's intuitive video. But this is depending on what part of the world you're in, right? So if you were in, let's say, the United States, it probably happened really late Sunday evening. If you're in Europe or Australia, This Mercury retrograde actually occurs on Monday the 5th. So it's kind of that transfer between the days. And again, Mercury is known as the ruler of the mental realm. It rules our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, communications, logic, analysis, thinking, messages. And it is in its home sign of Virgo right now. So Virgo is very logical. Virgo is very analyzing. Virgo likes to use discernment, and it likes to pay attention to all the little details. Now, Mercury starts out its retrograde at 4 degrees of Virgo, but it's going to, through the month of August, retrograde back all the way to 21 degrees of Leo. So we've got this double sign energy for this Mercury retrograde. And it doesn't turn back to direct motion until August 28th. And that will be again at 21 degrees of Leo when it turns back to direct motion. So pretty much the whole month of August, as it was in its pre-shadow period before August 5th, and it's in its post-shadow period for a few days after it turns back to direct motion on August 28th. We've got this month of August as far as the focus of reorganizing, reanalyzing, restructuring, redefining, researching, all of those nice words, right? And typical Mercury retrograde, sometimes there can be miscommunication, technology issues, travel issues, things that we have to kind of redo before they're right, kind of thing. And especially in Virgo, because Virgo is the sign of the perfectionist, and so we're going to be redoing and redoing until we get it to where we want it to be. But don't go overboard on that. Don't drive yourself crazy, right? Because even though Virgo is the perfectionist, it's just looking for it to be the best that it can. But yet we have to let go and know that if we're doing our best, that's good enough for spirit. That's good enough for the universe. That should be good enough for you, right? So don't be too hard on yourself, because sometimes Virgo can be a little bit self-critical, a little bit that might translate into being a little judgmental, because it's always looking for the best product, the best output, the best solution. So we're just human beings, and we can just do the best that we can do. But this month of August allows us a little bit more time to kind of redo something to get it to where we want it to be, right? It's that time period. It gives us a little bit more time in Virgo to kind of make our list, look at pros and cons, check mark off each activity as we do it. And then when it retrogrades back into Leo, it's giving us another opportunity to be in our confidence and be in our courage when we communicate, when we speak, to be a leader, to take charge of our lives, to move forward. Also on Monday the 5th, we have Venus in Virgo, and she went into Virgo last week, and she's going to be in what's called an inconjunct to Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Venus rules love, relationships, but also she rules personal resources like money and finances. She rules values and self-value, so how she values herself, her sense of self-worth. In Virgo, she's in her fall. And what that means is, in astrology, if a planet is in the sign of its fall, it's in a place it doesn't really like to be. It's in a place where it doesn't operate very well, because Venus is all about love, but Virgo is all about perfection. And, Venus is about connecting with other people. It's all of our relationships. And Virgo can be a little bit, sometimes again, judgmental. The positive side is discerning, which is a good thing, right? We can discern certain qualities in certain relationships, or certain traits within a relationship as not being maybe what we need it to be. And so the discernment part is great, but when it falls into more of the criticizing or judgmental energy, again, Venus is not the most happy in Virgo. Now, as far as money and finances, I think Venus and Virgo actually can be a benefit because we can, again, make those lists and look at those details and understand the coming in and the going out of our resources and come up with good solutions, how to make something a little bit better or bring in more of a source of income for ourselves. So not so necessarily so bad there. But again, when it comes to value or self-value especially, and how we feel about ourselves, right? Venus ruling our sense of self-worth. In Virgo, we can be self-critical, we can be self-judgmental, we can be a little hard on ourselves. So again, on Monday, all of that to explain the transit for the day is that it's connecting in kind of a difficult way to Pluto, which rules death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, transition. Pluto is, about power and control. So maybe there's some power and control issues within our relationships. Maybe we're trying to transform how we feel about ourselves, which is a good thing. Maybe there's some sort of big change or big shift or transformation happening within our monies and our finances where we have to make some adjustments. Maybe we're spending a little bit more than we want to, but maybe it's because we're taking care of some detail, some situation that needs attending to. So if we just adjust our perspective and say, this was going to have to be done and now it's done and I'm not going to, be negative about it, then we can just look at the positives and the benefits. Pluto is here to empower us. Pluto is here asking us to take back our power and to transform our lives in the best possible way. Sometimes Pluto comes in and pulls the rug out from under us, and sometimes some of those changes feel like it's coming through the death of something old, metaphorically speaking, that something old is falling away or has to be released and let go in order for something new and better to come in. On Wednesday, the 7th of August, we've got a positive aspect to begin the day. It's the sun in Leo, and the sun rules how we shine our light and our ego and leadership, take charge ability. And in Leo, it's creative and it's the inner child and fun-loving. And it's in a positive sextile connection to Jupiter in Gemini. And Jupiter is the great benefic, the planet of blessings. It's about expansion. It's about higher learning and higher understanding. So wherever Jupiter is, there can be some positive benefits. Again, some blessings that are coming in. And this is a positive aspect. So I want to say, be in your confidence, be in your courage, share your creative self-expression, shine your light, and look for the opportunities, because this is an aspect, the sextile, where you have to be aware of and look for the opportunities and then take some sort of action on them so that they can produce the magic, so that they can produce the miracles. And Jupiter and Gemini can actually produce a lot of miracles as long as we have that mindset. And then a little bit later on Wednesday, we have Mercury in Virgo retrograde connecting to Venus in Virgo. So again, we've got Mercury, the ruler of the mental realm, who just went retrograde the end of last week, beginning of this week, connecting with Venus in Virgo. So this is really taking care of the details and tasks on your list. This is really paying attention to the fine print, dotting the I's, crossing the T's. This could be work and career related, financial, money related, relationship related, any kind of communication that you're having with other people related. And it's really paying attention since Mercury is retrograde. Like, don't skim the surface and really pay attention to what other people are saying, what the message seems to be, how you're feeling about yourself, merging that heart with that mind, the feelings with the logic. All of this would be indicated on Wednesday. And then on Friday, the 9th of August, let's not skip over Thursday, the 8th of August. Now, even though there's not an astrological transit to talk about, 8-8 is Lion's Gate, right? So this year is a special year because August 8th, which 8-8 Lion's Gate happens on August 8th every year, but this is an 8 universal year in 2024. If you add up the digits of 2024, we get an 8. So this is actually a 888 Lion's Gate, an 888 Lion's Gate. And the number 8 is about empowerment. And it's about infinity. And it's about being your own inner authority. And yes, it can be about focus on career, life purpose, money, finances, taking charge of your life. So all of these things and more, again, with the number 8 and you turn it on its side, it's the infinity symbol. So there's the balance of the masculine and feminine there as well, and that's the infinity symbol. We're looking at this portal opening, which has been for the last few days and yet for a few more days, but on 8-8 is kind of the crux of it, the magnification of it. You know, this is where we should do some sort of ceremony, some sort of intention, state something out loud, that you are empowered within your own beingness, that you're empowered within your divine feminine and your divine masculine, and you're confident and you're taking charge of your life and you have a lot of courage to move forward to empower yourself. Now on Friday the 9th, we have the sun in Leo, again, shining its light through that Leo the Lion heart energy, that Leo the Lion generosity energy, that Leo the Lion confidence, courage, and leadership energy. But it's in a difficult or challenging inconjunct to Saturn, the ruler of karmic lessons, restriction, limitation, patience, something taking more time than you would like. That's kind of Saturn. Saturn's about long-term benefits. And in the meantime, before we get to those long-term benefits, we have to have patience. And we have to learn whatever the lesson is. Saturn can bring up our insecurities and our fears. And it's in Pisces right now. So I think there's a big spiritual karmic clearing going on because Pisces rules the spiritual realm and Saturn rules karma. So this whole time that Saturn is in Pisces, which the full amount of time is 2.5 years, and we're a little over halfway through. So let's say we're a year and a half or so into it, right? Almost a year and a half into this spiritual karmic clearing for Saturn in Pisces. But on Friday, with this connection to the sun, it has to do with clearing out old karmic insecurities or fears regarding our creative self-expression, shining our light, taking charge of our life, being a leader, and having confidence and courage. All right, so that's a little bit about the astrology. Let's go ahead and see what the messages from our angels and guides are. So, haven't used the Animal Wise Tarot in a while. Let's see what messages we have. And the first card is the 5 of Shapeshifters. This is like the 5 of Cups in the traditional tarot. Now, this is the earthworm, okay? I know it looks a little gross, right? Worms. But the earthworm says, working old ground. So 5 of Cups, right? Usually those 5s, when it's 5 of Cups, swords, pentacles, or fire, this is where some karma comes in. The number 5 numerologically is a lot of busyness, a lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of things happening fast or quick. So it can be, about wearing many hats and doing many things, which can be a positive. But sometimes when we're doing that, we can get a little overwhelmed. And this is in the suit of cups. This is in the realm of the heart, our emotions, our feelings, our relationships. And here again, we're working old ground. So we're going over or re-experiencing something maybe karmically that we've already had in our lives before. And let's say it is about relationship. Doesn't necessarily mean it's about the relationship that you're in this present moment. The working old ground could mean we're revisiting old patterns. And some of those old patterns maybe we had in previous relationships. And some of those old patterns maybe we learned in childhood from watching our parents in their relationship. Some of these old patterns might be connected to other lifetimes. So whatever it is, it's almost like going back in time and working it over again, working that old ground, experiencing that again. And, there's an opportunity here, because when I think of the 5 in numerology, it's about opportunities. There's an opportunity to kind of have an aha moment. The number 5 is a very mental realm, sort of logical number, but this is where we can have like an epiphany. We can have an epiphany about something that we're working old ground on. We can have an aha moment. There can be something revealed to us as we're going back and experiencing a similar situation or circumstance or relationship dynamics, or maybe this is in career, finances, or family, where we're re-experiencing some sort of pattern. And as it's like the universe is bringing up this old ground so we can get it, so we can have that revelation or that aha moment, so that we can come up with a new solution perhaps to get through whatever this is about. Okay, so Venus, planet of love and relationships, is in Virgo, and Virgo is about analyzing and using logic and picking something apart and looking at all the little details of why and how and what, and so this actually makes a lot of sense. Let's look at card number 2. Okay, we have another shapeshifters card, or another cups card. This is the 4 of shapeshifters. It's like the 4 of cups. In this deck, it's the stick bug, and it says activity beneath the surface. So there's something going on behind the scenes, spiritually speaking perhaps, or this could be something going on behind the scenes in a sense, like on a physical level that you just can't see yet. But there's something happening, something happening beneath the surface, behind the scenes. You can't see what it is yet. It does have to do with our emotions, feelings, relationships, connections with others, again, whether it be romantic, family, or friendship relationships. This is trying to work out some sort of, I want to say, challenge, because when I think of the number 4 in numerology, I think of earthly challenges. Earthly meaning in those everyday circumstances and situations of our lives. The tangible is what I mean. So on a 3D level, there's some sort of tangible challenge or situation that we're going through that relates to our emotions or emotional connections, relationships, or how we feel about something. And you can hardly see this stick bug, which is why I think it's talking about activity beneath the surface. Like, again, that you can't quite see the totality of yet. Now, the number 4 can sometimes be about like sticking yourself in a box and not seeing beyond that, like feeling like something is the way that it is and it can't change. So don't be stuck. Don't get stuck in a rut with the 4 of Cups or the 4 of Shapeshifters. The regular 4 of Cups in the traditional tarot usually shows a person. I think they're usually sitting under or next to a tree. 3 cups are in front of them and kind of turned over on their side. Everything has spilled out of the cups, which could kind of indicate some sort of heartbroken sort of energy. But there's one cup, that 4th cup, that's usually a little bit hidden out of sight, and it's upright and it's still full. And we're looking at and focusing on all these other 3 cups that have spilled over. We're focusing on the negative. We're focusing on what isn't working or what's been, if you want to be dramatic, destroyed. And we're not looking at or realizing or having an awareness of this other thing over here, this other cup, where there's a benefit, there's a blessing, maybe in disguise because we're not yet seeing it. So let's look around and see, what is the blessing? What's the blessing that the universe is giving us? Or maybe the blessing is coming from another person, somebody that's there to support us. The blessing, maybe it is, I don't know, could be a new job, could be a source of money that's coming in that we don't yet see. So again, it can be many things. but don't discount that there's something positive amongst what feels like a lot of challenge here. All right, let's look at the last card. Okay, the last card is the Seven of Four-Leggeds. The Seven of Four-Leggeds, which is like the Seven of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. In the Animal Wise Tarot, it's the rabbit. And I love rabbits. I know some of you watch my Facebook posts, my daily Facebook posts, and sometimes on my personal timeline, you see me posting pictures of rabbits that I see in the neighborhood when I go for a walk. And I love these little bunny rabbits, right? And at the bottom of this card, it says proper use of cycles and rhythms. Proper use of cycles and rhythms. Now, the Seven of Swords in a traditional, Seven of Pentacles in the traditional tarot is like planting seeds and not yet seeing what they're going to produce. The number 7 is kind of this silent, loner, internal, quiet, reflective, self-reflective kind of energy. It's not active. It's not out there. It's very much kind of a yin energy. If we were going to give it a indication of the yin or the yang, it's a yin energy because it's very internal. The number 7 is very reflective, contemplative, meditative. Let's understand on a deeper level with our own deep wisdom and knowledge within ourselves. Why is this happening? What is going on? I'm trying to understand the purpose. I'm trying to understand the benefits. I'm trying to understand the lesson. Now, again, because this is Pentacles, it's real-time stuff. It relates to the 3D realm. Money, finances, career, job, relationship, home, family, all this kind of tangible stuff. But again, the number 7 in the Pentacle suit is like, there's something like a blessing that's, again, hidden. To me, the number 7 is very hidden. There's a blessing that's hidden, sort of like when we plant a seed deep in the earth, but it's going to produce something soon. Now, what is soon? Who knows? But we don't see it yet. Like, we don't know how many seeds are going to sprout and what the shoots are going to look like when they come out of the earth. But this is about something that eventually is going to happen that brings us some sort of blessing. So we have to use these cycles properly. Okay, this could be astrological cycles. This could be your own numerology cycles. And if you notice, this rabbit isn't running. It's not in a picture where it's like running across a field. It's sitting still. It's like the freeze. When you see a rabbit, sometimes it freezes and it doesn't move at all. And that's kind of a response where they're trying to keep themselves safe, right? If I freeze, nobody's going to see me, because a lot of times other predators, they can sense movement. So this is a time to kind of freeze and be still and wait and have patience and trust and have faith that something is about to take sprout, but you just can't see it yet. And in the meantime, we're dealing with some emotional circumstances and situations where we're needing to learn something, overcome something, have awareness about something in order to move forward. So this is kind of a week where it doesn't feel like there's a lot of action going on. We did just have a new moon, however, the end of last week, a new moon in Leo, but Mercury is retrograde right now, and Venus is in Virgo right now. And Virgo is not a hugely active sign, except for when it comes to paying attention to little details. They do like to do little tasks, get tasks done. And it's all working towards something bigger, but they don't know what the bigger is yet. So right now, let's just be, because this rabbit, again, at a standstill, is just being in the moment and being, again, more aware and maybe self-reflective on the energies around it. Let's pay attention to the energies around ourselves this week and ask the questions of universe, spirit, God, source. What do you want me to know? What's the bigger picture? What am I supposed to learn? What details do you want me to focus on right now? And that's, I think, the best use of your time this week. All right, let's see what special message you have depending on your stone of choice. Again, from the Sacred Forest Oracle deck. That first stone was the Okos geode. All right, so special message this week for Okos geode people. This one's calling my attention. And it says, Wise Woman of the Grove. Well, this is a perfect, kind of a perfect card for the number 7. The number 7 is like the wise woman, like the shaman, you know, that's what I think of when I think of the number 7, is the shaman or the wise woman. And so this is Wise Woman of the Grove, and it says grace. So move through this week with grace. Move through this week with wisdom. Move through this week with a sense of tapping into your inner knowledge, your inner magic even. Again, we're in a forest, and the forest, it's not completely dark, but it's shaded, but we see the sunlight peeking through. That's like the 7 of Pentacles. It's like we planted those seeds and they haven't quite sprung up out of the ground, so we don't know what they are. Same here. There's blessings within the forest, right? There's probably berries and plants that can sustain us. We've got the ground, we've got the breeze. Maybe there's, honey sap from the trees or something like that. So there's blessings all around us, but maybe they're shaded from view. We can't fully see all of them, but the sun is peeking through, showing us where the blessings might be. Actually, this is sort of like a shaman. I just realized, turning around and looking at it, there's like a shaman here coming through, or wise woman. That's the wise woman coming through the grove, coming through the trees. So she's using both her intuition and her intellect to move with grace through this time period until she sees fully what the blessings are. And I think that is a perfect way to sum up this particular message. Look for the magic. There's fairies here that are bringing some sort of magical blessings in, and you just have to be aware and take action on that opportunity, just like we talked about Sun sextile Jupiter, right? Being aware of the opportunity and taking some sort of action on it. But you might want to reflect and be still first and make sure, using your intuition, what is the best next step. Let's put that back in the deck. And then the next stone of choice was the blue chalcedony. All right, so special message for blue chalcedony. Blue chalcedony. Oh, this one's sticking way up. This is water spirit, manifesting dreams. So this is a beautiful card for those of you that chose the blue chalcedony. We've got that realm of the water, which is the realm of our emotions and feelings. And when we put a thought or an intention and we couple that with positive, joyous emotions and feelings, that's a great recipe for manifesting our dreams. We've got, it looks like a little otter there. We've got some sunlight in the backdrop of the trees. I think the most important here is the water and the sunlight, right? Water is our emotions. The sun is shining our light to activate something, activating our positive emotions in order to manifest your dreams. You might want to get out next to the ocean or a lake or a stream or a river, take a nice healing bath, or even sit and meditate next to some water somewhere. Cleanse with water, so drinking a lot of water to purify and cleanse your emotional body. All of these things would be indicated. So connect with that water element and allow the water element to connect with your heart, your feelings, your emotions, and again, project that intention of positivity out to the universe. Visualize what you would like to create, and then allow this element to help you manifest your dreams. All right, put that back in the deck. And then the last stone of choice was the picture jasper. picture jasper. Whoops, having trouble shuffling here. So the picture jasper people, special message for this week. Okay, this one's calling my attention. This is the Bluebell fairy. Okay, so you definitely have fairy realm energy going on to assist you and help you get out, connect with the fairy realm, the fireflies, the dragonflies, the butterflies, all of those would be part of the fairy realm there. The Bluebell fairy, well, we've got some kind of purpley blue flowers here. The Bluebell fairy is wearing blue, so we're looking at, oh, look at, I'm wearing blue. So we're looking at third eye, ear chakras maybe, even the crown chakra. So these upper chakras in meditation are needing to be activated. What is your vision? What is the message that you're hearing? What's the higher wisdom and knowledge that you're receiving? So activate those upper chakras, maybe even the throat chakra, and speaking your intention out loud to the fairy realm and asking the fairies for assistance and help and asking them for their magic, their magical assistance. Looks like we have an elk here in the field of flowers. Not really sure what elk is, except for, to me, it kind of represents like this strength and confidence, right? As he's got his head held high with his big rack of horns. The horns are claircognizance, right? Receiving higher information, wisdom, and knowledge from the divine, but standing there in this kind of confidence here. And be in a state of gratitude. That's the main message here on the card. Be grateful and thankful for the assistance from spirit, from universe, from the assistance from the fairy realm. Be grateful and thankful and have gratitude for people in your life that support you, for the blessings that you have in your life. That is part of what's going to produce more of this wonderful, magical energy. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the weekly intuitive energy forecast. I send you lots of love and light. And if you haven't watched the August monthly reading, go onto my YouTube channel. It's under Colleen Lemma to watch the whole month of August intuitive reading, complete with the astrology, the numerology, card messages for the collective, and a special message card depending on your stone of choice for that. So blessings of love and light to all of you until I see you next week. Namaste.